There's an African proverb that goes like this: if there's no enemy within, then the enemy outside can do us no harm. Hi, I'm Lady Helen. I want to welcome you to another episode of Helen's Corner, and I say thank you for joining me in this corner, a corner that motivates, inspires, and encourages people to live the best versions of themselves. Before we go ahead, join me as we thank and acknowledge our great and mighty God. Lord, thank you for your grace upon us, for bestowing us with courage, bestowing us with the ability to rise above our challenges. We love you, Father. Thank you. Well, the message I have today is the other side of fear. Yes, that four-letter word that takes a grip on us and makes us cower and behave like children. You know, each one of us has experienced that four-letter word called fear. Either we have experienced it or we know people who have experienced it. And I dare say it is not a good experience, if you agree with me. Fear is a four-letter word that when we permit into our lives, it takes the front seat and pushes us to the back seat and takes control of everything that concerns us. Have you ever thought about this? You are engaged in an activity that, you know, at the onset, you believed that you could do this activity. You believed so much in yourself that you could attain the highest point on this activity. But all of a sudden, something happens and you start to think of fear. You start to think of how you're not able to accomplish these things. You start to think of the if I could, what if I didn't? You start to doubt yourself, and that is fear creeping in. Most times what happens is we allow fear to supersede that initial ability of us believing in ourselves that we can achieve whatever it is that we set our minds to do. And then what happens? We find ourselves taking the back seat and allowing fear to control us. Now, that goal that we thought we could attain, we find out that we just doubt ourselves and we let fear stop us from achieving that goal. I want you at this point to think of situations, possibly in the past, where you have allowed fear to take control, and then re-examine that situation and see what the result was. I dare say it was not a good result. Have we ever thought about what's on the other side of fear? When we do not permit fear to take a hold of us, to take a hold of the situation that we find ourselves in. You know, fear is like the devil that comes to speak negative words into our ears. And when you permit it, it will tell you things like this: who do you think you are? Do you think you can achieve that? Oh no, they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to buy that product from you. Or you will never amount to anything. Just continue to stay at that situation. Be comfortable where you are. Those are the little words, the nonsense that are whispered in our ears by the evil one or by fear. And we take it hook, line and sinker, and we let it resonate with us. And as we do that, what we're doing is that we're holding ourselves back. Remember, if there's no enemy within, then the enemy outside can do us no harm. Let us take control. Let us snatch victory from the jaws of defeat and tell fear, enough is enough. There's something beautiful on the other side waiting for me. Think about it. When you allow fear to take control of your life, it robs you of happiness. It robs you of joy. It robs you of success, victory, beautiful experiences that you should have been enjoying, that should have been a part of your life. But because you said yes to fear, it tells you no, you can't achieve those things. Don't give in to fear. Whenever fear comes, always think to yourself and think aloud. What is on the other side of fear? Ask yourself that question. What is on the other side of fear? What will happen if I do not allow fear take control of this situation. And I can assure you, it will be a beautiful experience that you will find is waiting for you on the other side. Let me share my experience with you. Recently, I have been working on a project of a series of seminars that I will be rolling out shortly, and I will tell you more about it shortly. I have been working on these seminars, and for some time, I'm the kind of person who likes to do things such that it is the best outcome that I have. I don't want to see myself as a perfectionist, but that's what people would, refer to it as. And at some point I had to ask myself, Lady Helen, you've been working on this project for some time. It's time now to do. It's time to execute this project. And what I found out or discovered was that I was holding back. I kept holding back and trying to find reasons why it's not time for me to execute on this project. Very recently, I said to myself, Lady Helen, this is fear beginning to creep in, and I don't give room for fear in my life. Not at all. Anybody who knows me will tell you that I do not bow to fear. And so I said to myself, you need to take that bold step and you need to do it now. Immediately, I got off my chair, went into my car, and I searched for things that I needed to start the execution, came back inside, put things together, and shortly after, there I was on my way to the printers. I had designed my flyer, I had gone to the printer, printed everything out, and what happened? I stood outside and started to speak to people about the seminar. Guess what? People were happy. They were stopping on the road to have a discussion with me concerning that seminar. And I said to myself, Lady Helen, look at what you would have allowed fear rob you of. The ability to impact people's lives. I want you to think of situations. Are you allowing fear to hold you back? Are you allowing fear to hold you back from impacting the lives of other people? Are you allowing fear to take front seat in your life and relegate you to the back? Relegate you to not experiencing life the way that you should? Think about it. Don't give fear that power over you. Snatch back victory from the jaws of defeat that is waiting to engulf you, that is waiting to consume you, and tell it, I am bigger than this. Always think to yourself and say it out loud, because speaking out loud also helps in situations like this. What is on the other side of fear? There are a lot of beautiful things waiting for you on the other side of fear. Don't let fear rob you of all that joy. This is Helen's Corner, and I am Lady Helen. I hope that message helps someone and inspires you to go to the next level in your life. If you have an activity you've been working on, if you have a goal that you've been wanting to achieve and you find yourself hesitating, ask yourself, is this fear creeping in? And if it is, you know what? Tell it, it's time to leave. It's time for me to prevail, and it's time for me to excel. There are people out there that you can change lives. You can change their lives. You can impact positively. Don't sit back and allow fear to rob you of that opportunity to be a blessing in the lives of other people. That being said, I have some announcements to make. Like I had mentioned during this session, there's a series of seminars that I'll be coming out with, and the first one is going to roll out on the 22nd of August, and the next one is on the 24th and the 25th. And this is on talentpreneurship. It's a seminar series on talentpreneurship. One is going to be about using your talents to start a business. The other one is bringing out the millionaire in you. And another one is talking about manifesting the greatness that you have that is within you. come, I want to invite you specially to be a part of that. I'll be putting up the flyer. If you need more information, if you want to register for that event, please send an email to helenscorner@gmail.com, or you can call me on the number that will be displayed on the flyer, which I'll be posting shortly with this message. So I want you to be on the lookout. Also, I want to invite you tomorrow by 11 o'clock to join me at a telephone conference where I'll be talking about how not to lose your job to robots. Listen, there are a lot of people that are in that situation right now, whereby their source and means of livelihood, which they took as their jobs, are being taken away from them. The question is, if you find yourself in that situation, how ready are you to adapt to the new situation that you find yourself? Come, join me on that telephone call, and we'll be talking on how not to lose your job to robot. Things that you can do, 4 things that you can start to, look at, consider in your life that will help you live a better life, live the best version of you. On a final note, I want to thank you all for your support, for your help, for your spreading the message on Helen's Corner, for liking, for sharing, and for giving me your feedback. Indeed, I am very grateful, because it is through feedback that I can improve and do better to serve you better. If you haven't subscribed to my channel on YouTube, please do so by typing in Helen's Corner into the YouTube search button, and you will see all my videos there. Just click on any one and you will see the subscribe button. Click on the subscribe button and tell a friend or two to do same. That's all that I have for you today at Helen's Corner. But before you go, I want to encourage you. If there's any aspect of your life that you're experiencing fear, I need you to do something. Sit back, reevaluate that situation, and ask yourself, what is on the other side of fear? What am I doing that is allowing fear to get a grip of me and rob me of the joy, of the happiness, of the peace that I should be experiencing? Ask yourself that question. And I hope that it brings you some form of resolution and peace. Well, till I come your way again with another interesting message on Helen's Corner, this is yours truly, Lady Helen, encouraging you to continue to live, love, and learn. It's been a plumb pleasant pleasure as well as a privilege to have shared this platform with you. You take care and you have yourself a fantastic week. Always remember, Lady Helen loves you.